I would like to share.
Oh, lovely. Many congratulations. Mastermind, the Women Leaders Special powered by Nucleus Office Parks, has as, at its core an idea to interview dynamic ladies who power their companies, handling crucial roles and drive growth as well as value for employees and partners. And this week, our guest of the day is Aparna Rao, country head and board member, CBS India, which is Cargill Business Services. Now, you talked about the GCC in Cargill, the Global Capability Center in Bengaluru. Now, I want to just take a drone view if I can.
Absolutely.
How are GCCs driving innovation and growth in India as a whole?
So the GCC journey is not new to India. It probably started in the late 90s or so. So we've had a track record of many successful years. And initially, it was due to the cost arbitrage. That is why companies came to India, and that was all that was the focus. But today is no longer about cost, right? In most companies, GCCs have become like the second headquarter, in fact, and they play a crucial role in fostering innovation. In fact, many companies, the GCCs, are in the driving seat to drive transformation and innovation. And why that is so is pretty simple, because if you're in a space where you have global processes in under one roof, then you can actually look at researching and developing new innovative solutions and prototype them. There is a chance for cross-functional collaboration because you have all the functions in one place. There's a chance for you to optimize processes because you can see how it differs or where are the inefficiencies across the globe. Also for technology adoption, right? I think we're very well positioned to adopt and implement cutting edge technologies, embracing all the new and advancements that we have today, like AI, machine learning, data analytics. So these are the centers that can drive them across the organization. And by doing all of this, you're also naturally developing your talent. So people who work in the GCCs are I believe, at an advantage because you have a bird's eye view of all the functions, all the processes across all enterprises. I'm not sure how many people have that opportunity. However, it's important that the goals of the GCC are very aligned to the parent companies, to the entire organizations. Because one mistake I've seen a lot of companies do is treat the GCC not as part of the company, and that's when problems arise. Then the ownership is not there. But coming back to how GCCs could play a role and why, I've seen some very cool ideathons and hackathons being driven globally by the GCCs in India. It's no longer about process or service innovation. It's about business models or even disruptive technologies or any business problem that's brought together. And then there's this hackathon that's run overnight or for a complete day. Very creative solutions come out of it, even from the ideathon. A lot of GCCs have this innovation coaches that they provide to the rest of the organization as a service. So for example, you can request an innovation coach if you have a business problem. The person comes in for a short term, does a bit of process mapping, understanding, speaking to stakeholders, and suggests solutions. So I see some of this happening. And why we're in a good space to do this is a lot of innovations or transformation has generally 4 or 5 drivers, right? So you've got process, people, technology, customers, or sustainability. One of these will bring up or trigger your need for innovation or the burning platform. And processes usually facilitate the digital transformation. Your culture drives it. People make it happen. Technology is a critical enabler, and customers the king. Because if all your innovation is of no use if it does not leave a great experience for your customer, or if it does not save money or does not save time or make it easier for the customer. And in the GCC, you're touching all of this already. So a couple of things that GCCs are doing, they're building capabilities for the workforce of the future, empowering people to work in new ways, giving day-to-day tools, an upgrade, communicating through digital means, and as a service. I think these are 5 things that are truly enabling GCCs to make an impact in the companies.
Aparna, what growth are you seeing over the next 2 to 3 years as a window if you keep for GCCs in India?
So today, there are close to 1,580, 1,600 GCCs because you have new GCCs coming in at least one a month, if not more. The market size is like 46 billion, and there's been a CAGR of 11.4%, according to the latest NASSCOM report. Almost 1.6 million talent in India is engaged in GCCs. That is the current state. In just 2 years, end of 2025, India is expected to have over 1,900 GCCs, earning $60 billion, this is, and 2 million GCC talent. And that's just the beginning, I think. Traditionally, GCCs have, like I've said before, have played the part of a doer, right? With close monitoring from the parent organization saying, you do this, and this is what we're expecting. But over a period of time, we've built domain knowledge, and I think the game changer has been the business context. And that has sort of leapfrogged us to become a transformation partner to the enterprise. And when I say us, I mean GCCs. I think we have great things in store for us. If I look at the next couple of years, right, the focus, of course, will be newer GCCs or expanding existing GCCs, but also a lot of focus on advanced analytics, on automations, on new business capabilities. It's no longer the traditional functions. You have commercial, sales, marketing, R&D, and newer things being done on GCCs, disruptive technologies and innovation, more and more global roles out of India. I also see a lot of emerging hubs in Tier 2 and 3 cities. So today, Ahmedabad, Kochi, Chandigarh, Indore, Jaipur, Mysore, Mangalore, Hubli, a lot of these cities are also coming up. And it's no longer just the Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Delhi, NCR area. And if you just look at the global roles, right, it is said that by 2030, we'll grow by 4 times the global roles in India. And out of that, 1/3 of that will be women. So today you've got like 5,000 global roles, and 18% are women. It's going to be 20,000 by 2030. So if I have to summarize in a nutshell, what can we expect from GCCs in the next couple of years? More and more senior roles, more and more global roles, leadership roles, more process owner or CXO kind of roles being operated out of India. And the GCCs already are very collaborative with a lot of startups, with a lot of universities, but you will also see us collaborating amongst ourselves. It's happening in bits and pieces, but that's going to just get stronger. And that collaborative role, that influential role, not just within the organization, but we'll be doing that with governments, policies, infrastructure, etc. So we'll see more of that. We'll see a lot more disruptive technologies, and the GCC is leading the way there.
The next couple of questions are on your management style. How do you cultivate leadership mindset within your teams, given that you have such diverse teams?
So this may sound very counterintuitive, but my answer, short and sweet, will be by letting them fail. I personally believe that just like at home with our children, we mollycoddle our teams, we protect them a little too much, and we sometimes forget that everyone has their own journey and they need to go through certain experiences. So I believe in creating a psychologically safe environment where people can experiment. They can fail fast and fail forward, but take ownership of that, build that accountability and entrepreneurship mindset, act like owners, display that courage and agility, because what we've seen over the last few years, we need resilience. That's something that I see that our younger generation really needs to work on. And when we give them the space to experiment and fail and try again, I think that helps. I also like to focus on long-term commitment to innovation. People who can work in global diverse environments, who have a growth mindset. We've heard about the VUCA world, right? And it's not going to get any better. It's just going to be more volatile and more changes. And of course, learn the business, understand the business. So these are few things that I try and focus on when I want to think about my team and build more leaders, one crucial aspect which I think a lot of companies forget is your middle management. And why I say that is I keep hearing, okay, we're going to implement this initiative top down, or we're going to implement this new thing bottoms up, and we'll ask for ideas. But no one talks about middle management. They're somehow overlooked, they're undervalued, and they're unfortunately stuck between the top and the bottom. But the impact that they bring in is so huge because they, I think, are directly related to the employee retention. At the same time, they're close to the business, the customers, the processes. So the innovation trigger can be very, very high if we tap into that middle management. So I think focus on that. I remember seeing this in an office in Poland in a previous organization. It said, the person who's responsible for your development is here. And there was a huge mirror. And that was like an aha moment, because we are traditionally wired to think that my manager will take care of me. He or she will develop me, or he or she will somehow be that path shower. But how do we get our teams to realize that you have to focus on your development, focus on continuous learning, building that learning agility? So I would like to help people with that. That's something that I focus on, and also to focus on problem solving and collaboration. Because a lot of leaders that we see are subject matter experts and extremely competitive, and they're the best in their field and they become leaders. But as a leader, you don't need to be the best one in the room. And sometimes you will not have all the answers, and you need to collaborate and tap into the best features of different people. So collaboration, I think, is a very often underlooked aspect of leadership. And with that, maybe also to be able to see the bigger picture and focus on inclusion. And I would combine collaboration and inclusion, because the most successful leader is someone who can get a diversity in thought process, in views, and it does not have to be his or her viewpoint all the time. So these are some things I keep in mind as I start building leaders in my team.
94.3 Radio 1.